Welcome to Tournament Takeaway. This is Fish on a Heater, and this is a series where we take a look at a single battle and take a look at particularly the decision making in the moment, because when things are happening all fast and hard, and you're having to decide in the heat of the moment what to do and what the best decision is. It can be hard. So what we do is we study these things kind of off the battlefield, and hopefully we can learn from that to take into future battles. So this is one of those classic battles from what we call the Vault, which is like a battle that I might have set aside to do an episode on a long time ago and never gotten around to it, and we're finally dusting it off and taking a look. This is from Arena Australis, battle against Everett, and like pretty much all of the battles that we do from Arena Australis, it is a freestyle battle, back when that was a thing. After GBL came out, nobody did freestyle tournaments anymore. It was just the Arena Cups, and that's it. But yeah, this is from all the way. This is December 2019, so a long time ago. At the time of recording, Everett has just recently started streaming on Twitch, so I will include a link to his channel, and hopefully he is still going by the time this comes out, because I've been there before. You start a project, and then like after a couple of episodes or times, whatever, you kind of fall off. So hopefully he sticks around, and I'll send a few viewers his way. Anyway, there's a couple of really simple concepts in this battle that we can definitely take away from to bring into future battles. Here is how it goes. Look at how smart he moves. The top hat. Alright, so Frostlass versus Haunter lead, very bad for us, so we just get straight out of there. Those Shadow Claws alone are going to do a heap of damage, let alone, it doesn't need to. We all know that the dangerous thing with Haunter is the whole shield baiting game. Shadow Punch does a reasonable amount of damage, but it's more quick than anything else. And Shadow Ball, a bit slower, but hits like an absolute truck, like you're going to be waking up in hospital a week later. With Frostlass, it doesn't even need to worry about the Shadow Balls. It can just go straight Shadow Punch, and it'll have to use a shield pretty much every time. So we get out of there straight away, and we move into Altaria. Now, it takes 5 Shadow Claws to get to a Shadow Punch, and 7 to get to a Shadow Ball. That Haunter through 7 Shadow Claws. I'm working very hard not to mix up the names of the moves, and fires. So, we have to make a decision. Are we going to... Well, we have to guess whether they're going to fire the Shadow Ball or the Shadow Punch. Now, we decide to shield here, because we're already behind. We've lost the lead, so we're now locked into this. Everett has way more options than us at the moment, and also we need this Altaria to beat the Haunter right now. Frostlass, as we mentioned, not going to do very well against it. Meganium can beat it, but it's a lot better in a no shield situation than with both shields up, because those Vine Whips are being resisted, and it takes Meganium longer to get to a Frenzy Plant than it does Haunter to get to a Shadow Punch. So Haunter's a little bit quicker than us as well with Meganium. So we need this Altaria. This is our best hope at beating this Haunter right now. So we can't afford to lose. If we opt not to shield, and it is Shadow Ball, then that'll set us so much further behind. If we use the shield and it ends up being Shadow Punch, yeah, that sucks, but it's not going to be the end of the world, because we're still really chopping away with that Dragon Breath damage while it gets up to its next charge move. It is Shadow Ball, which is great for us. We get to Sky Attack, which gets a shield from them, and now it throws another charge move. So if you were counting, then you would know that the Haunter got off another 7 Shadow Claws, which means it's already up to Shadow Ball. And this one, it's quite likely that it's going to be Shadow Ball. There's really no point in trying to bait here, because this Haunter is on low enough HP, and those Dragon Breaths do enough damage, that there's just no point in trying to get up to another Shadow, so there's no point trying to throw the Shadow Punch and then trying to get up to another Shadow Ball, because it's not going to get there. So if Averett knows what he's doing, he throws Shadow Ball here, and so we shield, and can confirm Averett knows what he's doing. So now we, I was about to say we faint them down with the Dragon Breath, but interestingly, Averett switched out just before that Haunter fainted. I found that an interesting move, and I'm not exactly sure why he did it. We get up to a Sky Attack, miss a few targets. They shield, we get that last shield from them, and even if we'd wanted to switch out, that switch timer just didn't end soon enough, so we get hit by that Ice Punch. But at the moment we're okay with that, because that Altaria's pretty much done its job. What Pokemon could Averett have in the back? The 4 Pokemon we haven't seen are Venusaur, Skarmory, Bastiodon, and Azumarill. Out of those 4, Venusaur's the only one that we'd be happy for the Altaria to come up against. Altaria can beat Skarmory with shields, but in the 0-0 shield, Skarmory's definitely winning that one. So we're not that upset that that Altaria goes down. And the extra advantage of that is now we've got this Frostlass, and Averett's locked himself in, so he can't get that Medicham out of there. Not only that, we know that Haunter's in the back. We don't know what else he's actually got, but basically the Frostlass is the one that we're more okay with taking damage at this point in the battle, because our Meganium is going to be better against more of that team. We do get a bit of lag, but we do get to the Shadow Ball, and that is going to rip that Medicham in 2, and out comes Haunter again. Now we switch out, which was the wrong move. We should not have switched out, even though Haunter does kick Frostlass's butt. We needed to stay in there, so I'll show you why. The Meganium does Frenzy Plant down the Haunter, and out comes Venusaur. The Venusaur gets to a Sludge Bomb at the same time as we get to our Earthquake, one-shots the Meganium because it wins CMP having the higher attack, and then it gets to a Frenzy Plant before we can take it out with the Avalanche. So we had kind of wrestled back momentum in our favour after losing the lead, and then we blew it by allowing that Venusaur to come in and sweep. So here's why we should not have switched out from the Frostlass. Let's see. Look at how much HP that Haunter has left. This was the days before Powder Snow got its buff, right? It still gave a lot of energy, but didn't do much damage. Even so, that's going to take 2, at the very most 3, but I don't even think it'll reach 3. Let's just say 3, for example. If it takes 3 Powder Snows to knock that thing out, that's not enough time for the Haunter to get to another Shadow Punch. So all that's going to do is, yes, we take some damage. It actually takes, on a standard Haunter and Frostlass, Shadow Claw will do 12 damage. So even if it gets 3 Shadow Claws in, it's doing 36 damage. We're okay with that, because what are the possibilities here? If Venusaur comes out in the back, we've now got a big energy lead, and we're just gonna, one-hit KO that Venusaur with the Avalanche. If Bastiodon comes out, we're switching out anyway, because that Meganium's gonna build up to an Earthquake and wreck that Bastiodon. Same with the Azumarill, except not Earthquake. It's gonna fire off the Frenzy Plants. It can... Meganium can be hit by one Ice Beam from an Azumarill, so it's not going to care that the Azu gets off that Ice Beam, because Meganium's going to get off 2 Frenzy Plants and KO the Azumarill. The only thing we wouldn't be happy about is the Skarmory. And you know what? If Skarmory were to come out in the back, then we were losing no matter what we did. So yeah, like, it's the fact that we switched out, panicked, meant that we couldn't use the Frostlass effectively at all. That Frostlass didn't do anything in the battle, because it was just switching out because it was too scared of all the other Pokemon. So the lesson there is just not to panic. The fact that Frostlass was facing a Pokemon that does beat it and does do a lot of damage to it, in this particular case, does not matter, because we can feint that Haunter before it does any of that damage. And not only that, we then have energy to really, do what we want to the rest of the team. We can, whether we want to use that energy or we wanted to switch out and finish off the game that way. So hopefully you learned from that, like I did, and hopefully when that when this is being recorded, Season 3 hasn't started yet. So by the time it comes out, it probably will have. So hopefully, having a good season so far, and I will see you next time.